Hey guys, welcome back to Memo Makes. This time we've got a 2020 Nissan Frontier getting a bed cover. It's a Rough Country product. We're not affiliated with Rough Country currently, at least. We just do a lot of Rough Country stuff at Chicarca's shop. You all know Chicarca's. He's famous around these parts. This is one of those flat bed covers. It doesn't go over the bed or anything like that. It's a nice low profile system. It's a pretty good setup. It folds in 3 pieces so that you can actually throw stuff in the back of the bed. You know, anything that's tall, like a washer, dryer, a refrigerator you need to put back there. You can still do that with this system. You could not do that with those old school bed covers that have a hinge at the front and it just ramps up like that. But you couldn't get the clearance to load anything tall into them. This system does allow you to put stuff in the bed. We are going to be integrating it into the utility system that these Nissans have. That's that piece that allows you to fold over a cage of sorts that it has in the bed of the truck. It allows you to put stuff back there without it rolling out of the bed. These two systems are compatible, so you're able to use both at the same time. It is a pretty easy setup. It is DIY friendly if you're interested in something like this and you know how to use a ratchet wrench. I think I only used just 2 tools. I used a ratchet wrench with a 1/2-inch socket, and I used a razor blade, and you'll see you have to poke some holes into a rubber grommet to get the drainage for the system. Stick with us until the end. I hope you liked the video. We got the links for you in the description, as always. They're associate links. Check them out if you're interested in the product. They make them for several different trucks. Check them out and stick with us until the end. So there's the box for the kit there for this tonneau cover. They don't call them tonneau covers, they call them bed covers anymore. But check that out. You don't see that a whole lot anymore. And it even says made in the USA. It doesn't say engineered in the USA like a lot of them do. So I'll go through and check out what's in here. Drop the phone on that. Alright, so not much to it. We will grab the hardware. Instructions are in here as well. Let me open this up and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's going on a 2020 Nissan Frontier. That's it there. It's got the utility system. That's those tracks that keep these bars for this luggage rack or whatever you call that. It flips back and forth so you can hold stuff all the way down to the back of the tailgate. And the system is pretty simple to use. Again, it's a Rough Country. We're not affiliated, I swear. We just do a lot of Rough Country products here. So this is the kit here. It's pretty easy. Here's some of the clamps. Here's the locking tabs, I think they're called. This is the rail system. And it should be pretty simple, straightforward installation. All you need is a 1/2-inch socket and a ratchet wrench. And this will probably be a quick video because it's not that difficult to install. First thing we're going to do, guys, these clamps, they come set up this way. This is the Nissan Titan setup. This is the way we need them set up. Okay. So they come set up like this. like this, and this is the way we need them set up. I already did a couple of these, so we're just going to do the few that I didn't do. Alright guys, so here you can see how the T-system goes on here. I'm trying to block out that glare. Goes about flush with the plastic bed, so we'll adjust that in a bit. And there you see how the system clamps on. These aluminum clamps that came with the kit clamped onto this rail system that's a factory installed on the truck. Now, one I put on the very end here, the other I put on the opposite end here. This is the front of the bed. And then the other one I put right here. Now, there's a split in between these two rails. Now, this is where I want it, right there. Okay, at the frontmost part of the rear part. And I will show you why that's important. It's relative to the system that the truck comes with, that part that folds over. So there you see how it's done more or less, if we could get you without the glare. And they're pretty simple to install. You just slide them in, and I'll get you a shot of it when it goes into the other side. Alright, so now this is the rail on which the cover sits on top of. So these clamp on with this onto these spacers. They don't really clamp onto the spacers, they just use that as a guide. What they do is they clamp on to the profile. That U clamps onto right here. Right there, okay? And then that spacer that I showed you, it goes on this rail so that it sits more or less like this. I can show you on the instructions. See how that clamps onto the actual metal profile, and then that spacer is just kind of like a guide. And then that dark black spacer that you see there in the drawing, those are these. So what that does is it allows the profile to be stiff right here where that clamp goes on. Okay, so we'll set those in place. And the system has a gutter system, so if any water collects on here, it has this drain system that will go here to the front, and it gets a couple of loom hoses to guide the water down to the bottom there. And we are probably going to guide it out through these rubber grommets there so that we don't have a water accumulation issue. Alright, so Chicarcas helped me set it up here. It's just laid on here. You can see that it's just on here loose. We more or less centered it from left to right. Now we are going to set the seal for the front of the bed. Then we'll fold this over, attach it. It attaches with these rails. It locks into place here, right there. And then we'll go from there.
Te voy a cobrar
regalías. So you see how this rail's got to go in between there, and then it sits down, and then when we tighten it down, and once we tighten those locks that we put in there, that'll help secure it down. Alright guys, so I don't know what the sound's gonna be like under here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten these down, just, you know, pretty snug. Not breaker bar tight, but not loose. Once all of them are in place, we will set tightness on all the bolts that go in these clamps as well. Okay, and let's get the other side.
Alright, so right there, you can get a pretty good idea of the clamping system. There we go. So these rails hold these brackets. These brackets hold the rail system for the cover, and then these clamp the front plate to the rail system with these, and that's what secures it to the truck. So this is quickly removable. I mean, you can just reach in here, you know, with some long arms, boom, 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 undo this with your hand, undo this, and you could easily take it out. I don't think the lady who owns this is going to be taking it out, but you can see how now you have quick access to your truck bed, and you could still use this to load a fridge, a washer and dryer in here, and then just as quick as you please, you fold this down, latch it in just like you would a trunk, and that's it. And then if you don't need this space either, well, you quite simply bring it in, lock it, make sure it's locked on this side, and there you go. And again, it has a rail system to bring the water down to those gutter drain tubes, and then you just pull this cable and you can unlock it. Fold it over, unlock the next step, fold it over. You got these straps here, clip them into place.
¿No te afecta que los hayan dejado arriba?
Okay. Alright guys, here's the finished product there. See, it looks pretty sleek, pretty flattened to the bed. It's a pretty good looking bed cover. So what I like about this cover, it's nice and stiff. So if I can, you know, it's nice and stiff. These are fiberglass reinforced panels, aluminum rail system all around. And I like the versatility of how easily you open this. You just come in here, you pull this cord, and it unlatches. One step further, if that's all the space you need and that's what you want, that's where you leave it. And then fold it over, belt these down. I'm going to adjust this tension. If fact, why don't I do that now? Okay, my bad. So it has a little limiting button here, so you can't go any tighter than that. Yeah, I don't like that, so I may bust that out and tighten it up some more. I don't like the fact that it can wobble like that, because if you travel at high speeds with this, that will do this at high speed. So I'm gonna bust that out. So we cut up that little rivet, and then all I did is adjust this, and then I put a couple of zip ties on it. Slides right in and out, and that's how it goes. And then, like I said, to close it, you just bring it over. Watch for that latch here. It does one of these little spring locks. So it's a good idea to check the other side, but it clips right in. Close the tailgate, and if you put your lock on it, then it's secure. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, it's a pretty good looking kit. Pretty rugged. Alright guys, so here's the full functionality of it. You open up the tailgate, pull on the strap, fold it, pull on the other strap, fold it. Now, if you have this piece here, it doesn't interfere. You can still do it. If you want to leave some of it open for whatever reason, and still have stuff back here that you don't want to fully enclose for whatever, maybe you don't want what's in here to be get so hot by being closed, you can still fold it, and then when you're done, you can just, again, unlatch, bring this over, and you still have all this adjustability for this piece, which is factory. And again, you can close the tailgate first or after, it doesn't matter. Latch it, and there it is. That's it, guys. Another good rough country product. Hope you liked it. Alright guys, I hope you liked it. It was a pretty quick job. Not a lot of hardware, not a lot of tools needed. 1/2-inch socket and a razor blade, and I think that was pretty much it. I did use a drill to drill out those rivets that kept me from adjusting the little belts that hold the cover when it's retracted or folded up. This is definitely something you could take on yourself if you're comfortable with tools. Read the instructions, and you can get some tech support from Rough Country if you have a problem. But this is a straightforward install. Not a whole lot there going on. Chicaraca's helped me throw it up there. The reason why is I like being careful around customer vehicles. If you're relatively hefty, you could throw it up there yourself. It's not terribly heavy, but I prefer caution. So I hope you liked it. Check out some of our other videos. Check out the associate links that we've got in the bottom of the description. Help our channel grow by using those links. Come back, watch some of our other stuff. Like, subscribe, and definitely share it with a friend. And we'll see you on the next one.